Okay, so for discussion post two, I have stuff wrote down, sorry. But um so for the stereotypes, I believe that age, I'm 23, and most older people would probably view me as like a party person because of my age, or assume that my work ethic is not great because most people my age don't want to work and they're just out here partying. Um, but that is not the case for me. I work, I go to school, and I have two kids that I raise on my own. So I'm very motivated in that aspect, and really drove by my kids and stuff to become the best I can be for them. Um, Also, for the age, I feel like the way you dress can really be a big thing, and that's kind of dipping into like the social economic too. Like the way you dress can be a big one. If you dress like in a crop top and a jeans, people think you're just awful or some bad words, and that's not always the case. Sometimes people just want to wear what they want to wear to make them look good. Um, and then also, um, for the economic status, there's like different classes. There's like a low status, there's a middle status, and there's a high status. So the low status is like when you pretty much are living paycheck to paycheck, and you have like no room to save, or it's difficult to save, or it's like impossible to save money. Then there's like middle where you have the ability to save money for future needs or anything that you might need and stuff. And then there's like the high status. There's like high paid workers, and like they have significant capital. Um, Middle has some capital, and then low has limited income or capital. Capital. I'm sorry, I cannot talk today. It's Monday. I would have to say like I'm kind of in the middle of low and middle. I feel like people, especially like older people, well, not really old people, just people in general, like with the job that I have, um, like income wise, because I'm just doing one part of the statuses. Income wise, I believe that people probably think I make quite a bit of money being a medical assistant at a heart institution, but I don't. I'm kind of more on the lower end, but kind of like the middle. I can save sometimes, but sometimes I cannot. It's hard for me to. So I feel like I would lean more toward the low status of that than the middle, um, just because it is really hard for me to save money and stuff like that. And excuse me. And how back to the how you dress, it can make people have like a certain idea of you, and that's like very stereotypical of people is, oh, she's dressed like this, so she's this, or oh, he's dressed like this, so he's this. And I don't think that that is right. Anyways, moving on to race. People probably think that like I've heard a lot of this. I've heard a lot of people think that like white people are more privileged and everything, and that's not the case. Some of us had really hard loss with single parents and stuff too. So I just think that when I've had somebody be mean to like my sister on social media. She was a different race, and she was using that as a big thing, like saying that because she's white, she probably had it easy and everything else, and that's not always the case. Like we have it rough sometimes too. I know that me and my sisters did. Um, we have different moms, so I feel like I had it a lot better than they did. But it's just I've seen a lot of people, no matter the color on your skin, go through a lot. And I think that it's just should be, I personally believe that it should be people in general can have these problems. It should not be based on race or age or any typical thing. But society makes it like that sometimes, and we just have to move on and deal with it. Religion, people probably think where I believe in God that I'm like a lot of the other people that believe in God, which I don't agree with, because if you believe in God, you should definitely accept everybody and love everybody. But a lot of people don't. They shame them for things that they do or who they are, and I don't believe that that is right. And although I may not agree with a few things in society, I do not hold that against people, and I still make friends with people, and I'm okay with people that aren't living by the Bible, and have different views on religion and stuff. I think that if you're religious, race, none of that should matter. If a person is a person, a human's a human, you're going to be a human, you're going to make mistakes, you're going to have a hard life sometimes, and sometimes you're not. Like, it just goes back and forth sometimes. And I feel like I conform to those stereotypes by those things, and sometimes I do not conform to it because, like I said earlier, like I work and everything else, and that's a big thing. I feel like, especially nowadays, is a lot of people my age do not want to work, and I do not fit in that for my age. I work 40 hours a week and take care of my 2 kids, go to school, and do extracurricular stuff too. Sports and friends and hiking and all kinds of other stuff. The number goes on. And I'm also getting ready to start shadowing too with some nurses and stuff. So busy, busy life. I'm always doing something. And how do I think that I perceive myself? Okay, so the self-concept shape affect your perception. So I feel like my perception of myself is like I can fit in pretty much anywhere. I mean, I'm a people person. I love people. I absolutely hate doing this though. Just saying. I'm really shy and I'm really nervous when I do things like this. But in person, it's a lot different. Like when I'm talking like on a friend level to talk to people, it's completely different. I feel like I can insert myself in a lot of different groups around society, and I think that that's good. My perception of myself is like I'm very easy to get along with and very hardworking, and yeah, I fit in a lot of aspects of life in different areas. Other people, I think, perceive me. Sometimes I feel like some people can just look at me and be like, stereotypic, and I don't think that's right, but they do, and some people, you could say something. I mean, this goes for pretty much in general for everybody. You could say something and somebody take it the wrong way. I think that the way you word things to certain people, like you have to read people to see how they process stuff in their brain to be able to communicate with them in a way to where they don't perceive you in the wrong way. That's a big thing, is making sure you're perceived the correct way you want to be. So communicate the way you want it to be taken. And I think that's all. Thank you for listening.